bay is amazing. We're in the same area. The top and the bottom of the bay, it's not more than maybe 70 miles. There's also BART, which is our public transportation, so we can get anywhere. There's just a huge network. Everyone's really friendly, and weekly tournaments at the Foundry. Can't complain about that.
Home field is both an advantage and a curse, you know. At home, you don't have to travel and adjust or anything, used to all of your surroundings. But also it has the added pressure of, you know, this is our hometown. Family might be coming out, friends are here. You also want to represent your region really well.
Let's go, he needs to go. Who's your co-commentator? Hey? He's like 20 minutes later.
I don't know what to do about that.
Ashcon, which one am I going to? This one or that one? Which one? That one right here, next to this. This one, okay.
I don't feel any pressure from any of the Norcal guys. They just want to see you play well. Not having your buddies around, especially, you know, the ones that you look to the most for emotional support, kind of sucks, to be honest. I'm so used to going to a tournament, you know, having Zach there and whatnot.
Most of the time, I don't have them by my side in person, but I know they're always watching the streams, they're supporting me. I feel the support even though they're not here. In one way, maybe it's harder, and in one way, it's easier.
Starting off strong would be great. The momentum is always nice and it helps, but no matter what, I just always want to play my best. I don't think about the past, I focus on the now.
If it's any of us, we'll all be happy for each other, and our whole region will be happy.
I'm not gonna let it distract me much. I try to think of each tournament as a separate experience. Okay. I'm gonna text Alan real quick, because I think our pool starts soon.
At the time when I came up, there was one team each that represented NorCal and SoCal respectively. So there was Chinatown's Most Wanted and 4-Leaf Mango. Then there was Shroomed and Allen, of course, who were like on the quick come up, and then Manly Sons, which was S2J and Lovage. Back in the day, it was just easier for them because teams' meta was less evolved and they have like a very single style to teams, and so that worked out for them. You know, Zach and I would always play against them, and we would make it to grand finals, maybe even the second set, but we would never be able to close it out. I think simultaneously, PewFat got the team's fire as, you know, they kind of extinguished.
Shroomed, PewPewU, and SFAT all taught me how to really play teams. He's the one person, like if I'm playing teams with him, I always feel like we can win. He'll do an amazing comeback, or I'll get like a really nice edge guard, or like, I feel like no one can really touch me as long as he's on my team.
Alan actually got me into Melee back in the day. Standard story, I was the best on my block, beat all my friends and family. I thought I was, you know, unstoppable. And then I went to this tournament and I played the cheese, and he was wave dashing and stuff and L canceling, and I was just like, how are you doing all of this? And so I got second to him, and I was really upset because I just thought I was undefeatable. After that, he was friends with Alan and a bunch of other people, Kai and King Garudo. They're like super old school.
Who is Drugfox?
Drugfox, he's a Falco. He's a Falco main now. No.
Really? You know, Minty's good, isn't he?
I mean, he almost won. Over time, Alan and I became best friends. I mean, but Drugfox is the Falco main now.
And how well did you do when you became a Sheik main? Oh yeah, that's right.
He just really knows how to keep his eye on the entire field, and he's never selfish, you know? He doesn't extend his combos too long or go for glory or anything. He just trusts his teammate, and he's always got their back, and that's what I love about teaming with him. That tournament? All right, then focus.
I like to team with people that I also like as a person. I don't think I'm gonna work very well with a person I don't really like.
We just started teaming because we both love teams. I actually learned teams before singles.
I've always enjoyed games where I can support someone else to help win, because like you cherish it more.
I have been teamed with Mute King for many years. I think me and Mewtwo will look at teams a bit differently. He's very, very good at teams. We use the value, different things. So we'll see. I'm also getting spoiled by playing teams with Android and Aniolas too, of course. It's so much fun.
You seem with your best friend. When you guys do well, it has more kind of history and it has more emotion. So it's like, I get to win with him.
Winning teams at Big Ass 5 with Android, oh, top 3 moments of my life for sure.
They're like, we can do it. And then me and Dewan are like, we can do it. And then when we're cheering each other on, we're all like, we can do it. It spreads this camaraderie amongst everyone.
Well, we met in 6th grade in our math class. Kevin actually lived about 10 minutes away from me by walking, so we would play almost all the time. But now I kind of live more on the coast in Half Moon Bay, and now Kevin also goes to school in Santa Cruz. It's not too bad, but it's not the same. You know, we used to just like walk over whenever we wanted, like wake up, hey, what are you doing? I'm coming over. Our friends started to play less and less, but Kevin and I would just keep playing and keep playing. And, you know, we just never stopped loving the feeling of competing. We've just kind of always stuck together, you know?
G1 singles didn't make it out of pools.
You know, I barely made it out of pools, and I think I got like 65th. I went 0-2 in the bracket.
G2 singles, I had the hardest pool and barely made it out with the 4th seed. In my round 2 pool, I had like Scar, Wobbles, Axe, Lovage in his prime, but still made it out.
Made it out of my round 2 pools. Round 1, I fought Leffen, beat Leffen, and then had a really close set with Hungrybox and ended up finishing 9th.
I've always been the type to not really check who I need to play. I just want to outplay them no matter who they are. So I like to tell everyone when they ask me that, it doesn't matter who I have to play because all that matters is that I need to beat them.
So here we go, one of the best teams in the USA, PewFat versus Shroomed and Alan right here.
You know, as the trifecta in Norcal, me, PewPewU, and Shroomed, we're kind of like the mini gods of Norcal. You know, no one has really beaten all 3 of us in the last 2 years.
Dewan's really good at like keeping people in their shield or keeping them in the corner. And the moment someone leaves his area, it's my game now.
SFAT didn't time his punish well enough.
Right. That was a great roll from Alan.
Yeah.
You need to believe in yourself to believe in your teammate. My teammate can back me up like I can back them up.
CLG's own PewFat looking strong.
It takes a lot of practice. You have to play with that person a lot, and you have to get into those situations a lot. And when you're thrown out of your comfort zone, it helps you develop things that will make your team grow.
Shroomed is just fighting his heart out here. Tipper?
There you go.
Yeah.
You had all the time in the world to space that one.
You can't just be like, oh, let them handle everything. As long as you're believing in yourself, then you can prop them up more.
We had a very close 3-0 with the other Norcal team, Alan and Shroomed, but I wouldn't say that we necessarily struggled with them. I think it was actually kind of a breeze. And loser side, the only other trouble was Swedish and Slox. I didn't even know that they were like an established team until that tournament. There's a lot of surprise factor about both of those players individually. If you just consider them in singles, Slox is kind of just this East Coast fiery fox, and Swedish is, you know, the Sheik that people know about but doesn't really get the spotlight, and so it's easy to overlook both of those players. I think it's easy for 2 players like Hungrybox and Axe to be like, oh, this is simple for us, you know, we just have to mow these guys down. But in reality, you know, the gap isn't that big as individual players as they probably perceive, and it's also not as big as a team, so.
I do think that Hungrybox is good in teams. He has great teams mindset, great team spacing. However, a lot of times you do see top level players just team with other top level players just to win.
This is great. This is crazy. This is crazy. Wow, neutral air to neutral air. Dude, an up smash on either of these characters or an up air. That was so clean. Access to share the stock. Wow. Is he gonna let Xbox do this? Is this? No way. Why? What? You gotta take the stock, right? This is nuts. What? Just time him out.
We were all watching that and we were like, this is the worst decision you could ever make.
Yeah, they should play super defensive here. What's going on? I cannot believe Axe is not taking this stock.
It is so much easier to play against 2 people with another person.
Guys, you never see this. You never see someone not take a stock in this situation.
Axe is a player who's beaten you. You should trust him to be able to help you in this situation.
In my opinion, this is over. This is over. You can't do this. 103%? Axe, why did you not take this stock?
You have to trust yourself, you have to trust your teammate. You can't just let them not take your stock, especially when you're playing Jigglypuff and Pikachu. He gets a grab and you get a rest, and you've just changed the whole dynamic of the game.
Okay, that's it.
Wow.
And we got a pound. The crowd goes nuts. That's crazy. That was nuts. What?
There are top teams players, and there are top players who play teams. And it really showed.
Unless something drastic happens, this looks like the end of the road.
He's got to save Slox.
Yeah, Slox takes 79 damage on the top platform.
Yeah, the platform there is dangerous stuff.
And oof. This should be the end of the road.
Oof. Ooh.
Forward air.
Oh my gosh.
Tons of pressure. Slox fighting his heart out.
Yeah,
he jumps backwards and eats a forward smash.
Amazing showing from PewFat, showing the levels in the game right now.
They kind of just felt like standard wins, and then we get up to the big dogs, and then it feels like, you know, we're actually playing. We lose the first game, we lose the second game, lose the third game, then it's, you know, it's meeting time for PewFat. We talk about it, you know, relieve any kind of stress. We see the opportunity like with a lot of optimism. Not as in like, oh, we're gonna get 3-0'd again, this is gonna be rough in our backyard. It's more so just, you know, like, now we just get another opportunity and we're gonna destroy these guys. I wasn't feeling super great about doubles on an individual level. Preparation for teams is kind of abstract and hard. The synergy between Zach and I think was fine, but I felt like I wasn't like performing my role well enough.
That'll do it, yep. This is gonna start some momentum in their favor.
You know, I think it might have had like a little bit of an impact on my Genesis performance. Just not feeling completely comfortable.
Really not much Marth can do just because Mewtwo King is so good at it.
It is a struggle to fight Armada M2K. They're definitely not an unbeatable opponent. We know that because we've beaten them, but they're stronger mentally, and I also just feel like they're stronger teams players together. And so to overcome that, it requires better team synergy as opposed to individual play.
Oh no. Everything just went wrong all at once.
Oh jeez, the momentum swings.
While I'm outside of the game, I'm still there, you know, being like, you've got this, you know, you can do it, hold on to it, focus. And so, I guess not being a part of it is okay with me.
Oh my gosh.
PewPewU has to live, hold this
Can they do this?
It's good to lose sometimes, I think. It kind of reminds you that you're not unstoppable, you're not unbeatable. It's still a lot of players out there that want to climb to the top.
Great angle. He's okay for now.
Yes, good pressure on the side on Mewtwo King.
What kind of back air
He's got to save him. He's got to save him. There's... That's it.
Oh, they tried.
If you do win, kind of get a little bit more addicted to winning, I guess. If you keep losing all the time, it gets even harder winning. When you start winning, it becomes easier winning.
So now we got, you know, the classic Norcal, the homies, brothers, 650 zone, Zach and Kevin, SFAT, PewPewU, CLG boys.
CLG boys.
You have to kind of, you know, consider the relationship and how Zach and I have been playing each other for, I don't know, 9 years.
He looked like he got this matchup on lock, low-key.
He's looking way more confident.
So we don't play each other very often in tournament. This is the first time that it's really happened at like a huge like world national.
He used to look intimidated by Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't get that vibe anymore.
It's like, nigga, I beat Mewtwo, right?
SFAT style and my style were made to counter each other.
But you know, I do believe that Fox is not bad on the stage at all.
You have to focus, and you can't let your ego or, you know, past experience playing this guy, you can't let those things enter your mind. I think I missed like a really good forward smash when I read his DI.
Oh, I saw what he's going for. Kevin has got mad balls on that star.
You know, it didn't affect me at the time, but then, you know, as I'm unplugging my controller, I'm just like, That forward smash could have made me go to tomorrow.
Man, this is down to the wire. Kevin has momentum right now. You know NBA Jam when they're on fire? Like, that's Kevin right now. Oh, get out of there. Good stuff by Kevin, though. Oh! Oh, damn. Oh!
If I shook his hand, you know, my emotions would have, you know, come crashing down. It would have been like, fuck. I had to be, you know, mature about it and be like, oh, like, you know, this is what you need to do for tomorrow, you know, top 8, focus. It sucks playing your best friend, but it's part of what is gonna help us grow.
This tournament, I knocked out my best friend and my teammate. I wanted to make top 8, and he wanted to make top 8, but only one of us could do it, and it was such an internal struggle, you know, like half of me was just screaming, yes, yes, we did it, and the other half was like goddamn, like, you know, why couldn't it have been both of us? Dwelling in the fact that Kevin couldn't make it is just disrespectful to him, so I'm just gonna, you know, take it as a win and perform the best I can today.
So here we go. Both of these players, phenomenal players with great tournament runs.
Yeah.
Your power has to come from yourself, not from the crowd, not from, you know, your Twitter followers or something like that. You know, it's got to come from within, and when it comes down to that moment in competition, it's all about you and your opponent.
These guys are pretty much like fire and ice, right? I mean, no pun intended, actually, straight
Wait, which
up.
one's fire, which one's ice?
Well, ice is literally ice.
Okay,
like, that's
cool,
literally
cool.
also
I
a
just
thing.
wanted to make sure that's what you were thinking.
Kevin is always telling his teammate, you know, you got this, you can do it, let's go.
In teams, we're always supporting each other, and in singles, we're still always supporting each other. It's just not side by side in the game.
All ice!
Believing in yourself helps you keep them afloat.
I feel like ice is consistently just a few. Oh, that's going to be game 2. Yeah, ice has been just a few pixels out of range of most of SFAT's moves. I've seen him whipping some down tilts, whipping some back airs, some nairs, some up tilts.
Ice just goes straight for up throw up smash into kind of a 50-50-ish setup. Goes for a, okay, wow. Pivot up smash.
What was that?
Pivot forward smash.
Pivot up smash.
Up smash.
Why did he do that? Why couldn't he just walk forward and up smash?
When I think about the progression that I've made, I'm really grateful to be here, and I'm really proud of myself for all the hard work that I've put in. And I think a lot of it I have to contribute to just being in Norcal, you know?
Just focus.
Yep. There've been a lot of situations in this match. Oh my God, SFAT.
Yeah, nice and slow. I loved how slow that back air was.
Yep.
One of them is going to go home after this game.
Right.
2-2, do or die. Wow, great read by SFAT.
Yeah, that's a hard edge guard to hit, actually. You have to kind of do the ledge. Being fully aware of what Ice is capable of.
This could be it. That's it. He gets the ledge, and SFAT is going to move on. Beautiful set by both players. That was one of the best box duos I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Whew. And the Norcal chant's coming out. I know that Ice doesn't want to hear this. I hope that I get to say it before I go to the speakers, but congratulations to Ice on 7th place here at Genesis.
Yeah.
Like I said, Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, Zach! Fuck yeah!
The Flub City.
And the Flub City.
Yeah.
These weeks off the
heavy. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and
What's always made Norcal different is being involved in the community. We had players like Zoo and Tang and Sound Spectre and Lunin all wanting to make everyone in the community better. And so as a top player now, I think Shroomed, PewPewU, and I all want to make Norcal the best region in the world.
For most events, I don't really care that much who I'm playing against. I mostly care just about my own performance. But for this tournament, for the history of this tournament series, I think most people would be very, very disappointed if me and Mango did not end up in grand finals. It feels like this tournament series, it's our series, our rivalry. It should be decided here at Genesis.